Hello there, wrestling fans! Welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am your host, Joe the Panther the Third, and now from the top of Metal Mountain, in the middle of the mosh pit, it's the Happy Hill himself, Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe? How's it going today?
I am good, pumped up, and ready to rock and be focused on the screen because that's what I have to do and look pretty and look at the screen. So how's everything going with you, Geekums?
Oh my God, I'm so pumped about today's guest. Today's guest is gonna be.
I lifted all those bags today at work.
Are you absolute, Joe?
I'm absolutely pumped because that's me. I'm always absolutely excited.
Yeah. So let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to our guest today, absolute Alvin Alvarez.
Here he is. What's up, boys? How are you?
What's going on?
How you guys doing? All right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's as they would say in the hood. It's been a minute since we been all together.
Yeah, it's been a couple times, man. We had to come back to a show.
Yes. Yeah. I live in Pennsylvania, and we had a crazy time over there. I just got over being sick, and I've been dying. I got a new outfit ready to go when I come back to the shows. I'm gonna be shining.
Yeah, we got a couple shows coming up, Joe. Man, we got NYWC, Remarkable, VPW.
Yeah,
it's all going to be great. Yeah,
a lot of good stuff coming up, man. You guys got to catch the shows. The shows are awesome.
And also by me, I have ISPW coming up in New Jersey. And have you ever heard of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, that's the one I went to last year around after my birthday. Hey, what's going on, Meme Mania? That's one of my friends from school. Yeah, that's the one I caught around April last year. And man, I was like, okay, I don't get any wrestling by us since 2016, 17, and they stopped bringing shows here. Yeah. So I had to spend my money outside of my state to see action, wrestling action, which I love, indie action, love it even more.
Of course.
So if our internationally known fans are not familiar with you, and why would they not be? Introduce yourself.
All right. Well, my name is Absolute Alvin Alvarez. I've been wrestling now for about 10 years on the independent circuit, Northeast Independents. Wrestling in Florida for FIP. Done some extra work for WWE. Done some extra work for AEW. Been in a ring with Haku.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know how else I can top that, so we'll finish it with that. Yeah. So that's me, man, and still active. I'm gonna be 40 next month, but still going strong. Still scheduled. Still.
We're on the same boat. I'm 39.
Yeah, it's wild, and my schedule it's more active now than it was when 10 years ago. You know.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Alvin's a legend in the wrestling business right now, man. Legend.
Thank you.
So many legendary matches right now, man. And
yeah, I've been in a ring with guys that are signed. I've been in the ring with guys that have headlined WrestleMania. My resume goes pretty far.
Wow.
Me wants to know what it was like to be in the ring with Haku.
All right. It was interesting. That was 2014. It was for 5-Bar Wrestling. It was my debut for that company. So I actually just posted it recently on my Instagram, reflecting on that. And you know what? It was a Friday. It was a Friday show. So Friday at like 2:00, Troy's a promoter for the company. Calls like, "Hey man, can you make it down? You got your gear?" I was like, "Absolutely, I'll be there." So I get there and it's like, "All right, you can wrestle Haku." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "All right, sounds good. Okay, let's do it." So at the time my hair was long. So got my gear on, wait for Haku to get there. He finally gets there, and we start talking about things we want to do. And he's like, "Hey, man, you look just like me." I was like, "Yeah." I was like trying to, maybe get like a Samoan gimmick or whatever. Maybe one day. He's like, "Hey, listen, if you ever want to do something like that, you got my blessing." I was like, "Wow, that's really awesome." You know what I'm saying? Because you definitely, if you're not Samoan, you can't do that gimmick. So it's kind of cool having that conversation with him and stuff. So we went over the match and we went out there and it was just awesome to work with, awesome just being in the ring with. And then of course the finish was the Tongan Death Grip. And I used to watch it when I was a big WCW fan back in the day. So when he was Mang, so good thing the side cameras didn't catch me smiling as I was taking the whole.
Oh man.
But it was he thanked me for the match and he was gone. That was it. Went right out the front door.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does he hit really hard like everybody else says he does?
He actually told me to hit him harder.
What?
Yeah, it was. It's funny. I had him in like in a top wrist lock, and I was like, it's a little too snug. So he was like, lighten up a little bit. Like, all right, so I lightened up. And then I think I hit him with like 2 lines, but he wasn't going to bump. So I hit him with the first one. I wasn't, I didn't really lay it in. He's like, fucking hit me. I'm like, all right, fuck it. You have to tell me twice. So I laid the second one in. He's like, let's rock and roll. And the rest of the match was fine.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool.
That's
very
cool, man. That's the man that would like take a bump in WWF and just pop back up and
yeah. No, if you go like on YouTube and stuff and you type some stuff in and you go toughest man ever, like you'll see all the wrestlers ever are like the toughest guys. Haku. Ric Flair from Ric Flair for The Rock, Steve Austin, all those guys, all the old school guys too. Are like, Haku's by far the toughest motherfucker out there. Like some of the stories of him in bars and stuff. Yeah. Incredible.
Famous bar fight.
Absolutely wild.
That guy's still wrestling. The guy's still wrestling today because didn't he wrestle?
Yeah, he is. He's doing some shows. Yeah, still.
It's like wrestled that battle royal at the Garden for Ring of Honor and New Japan, which was absolutely crazy.
That was a crazy show.
I wouldn't mess with him.
Yeah.
I'd be like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm good. I think I sprained my. I end up make up some bone in my body. I sprained my pituitary.
You know what? It was early in my career. I was only about a year, maybe a little over a year in. So I was taking any bookings I could at that point. I was grabbing on anything. So anything someone grabbed at me to get the in-ring experience, I was there. So I didn't care who I was in the ring with.
Bit the guy's nose off. Don't mess with him.
He sure did. I remember hearing that story. Yeah, it was wild, man. Wow. I was just, and I didn't really know his stories back then. I just knew I saw him on WCW as Mank. So I know I used to watch him when I was a kid. So I was like, this is awesome. Like, I'm just going to probably just mark out the entire match, which I probably did. And but that was it. It was just a really cool experience for me. Really cool.
Can we get a Haku match with Minoru Suzuki before he retires? Please.
Hey,
that'd
be awesome.
Yeah, and maybe an Alvin Minoru Suzuki match down the line,
right?
man. Please.
Man. Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
That'd be interesting. So
I'll vouch for you for that match.
There you go. Let's do it.
As I said, that promotion that's in New Jersey, they have a lot of older former WWF superstars that wrestle in their promotion. Like one half of the Bushwhackers, I think it's Luke.
Oh, nice.
Luke wrestles there. There's a few other guys. There's one guy I would love to see wrestle him, and he's an ISPW. Is Mike Mars. He's a wrestler over there in Jersey.
Okay.
He's an older superstar. I like because he's a big dude. He's tall.
Oh wow.
I think you and him would go throw down. I think it'd be a good toss
Absolutely.
down.
What about Samoan Storm? Samoan Storm would be a good one.
Oh yeah, Samoan Storm.
Yeah, Samoan Storm. Yeah.
Even Alpha Jr. I think
Alpha Jr. Hey,
that's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's his.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice, of course.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
My dad's not big into wrestling, but like he'll watch it because like his dad did it, and that's why I'm a wrestling fan because his father, my grandfather, and like he was ringside, and he was like, "Man, I just felt the wind just fly out from under the ring when he flew off the top."
Yeah,
like,
crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
So Alvin, we jumped off, but who trained you and how'd you get your start in the business?
All right, so I like most guys, I wrestled in the backyard, like most wrestlers start off. So I wrestled there in high school and stuff like that. And just so happened, the guys that I wrestled with happened to be Tony Nese and Apollyon from NYWC.
Wow!
So 2 close my friends. So we've wrestled since high school. Fast forward, I wound up going to college. Didn't really start getting to wrestling right after high school. Wound up going to college. So fast forward about 10 years, I would say about 10 years. Tony Nese was the head trainer at the New York Wrestling Connection. Mm-hmm. So he's finally like, listen, let's do it. You've been wanting to do it forever. Let's finally do it. So at the time, it was perfect for me. I was 27 years old. So I was like, let's give it a shot. So I trained. This was 2011. September 11th, 2011 was my first training class.
Oh, wow.
It was a Sunday. Yeah. Training was good. The class was awesome. Actually, the Big O was part of my training class. Milk Chocolate. I don't know if you guys had heard of those.
Milk
Brandon Summers,
Chocolate,
Brandon Watts. Those guys were in my training class. Jesse Vane, who doesn't really wrestle anymore, but he was hot for a little bit. He was in my training class. I busted my ass for about a year training, and then was ready to make my debut. So I made my debut July of 2012.
Yeah.
For NYWC.
Wow.
Yeah, so I did that for about 6 months. Then I started to branch out. I started doing Ace Pro Wrestling, which I still do now. Started doing them back in 2000, or early 2013. So just coming on my 10 years with them in March. That'll be kind of cool. Yeah, then wrestling kind of just kicked off. Just tried wrestling everywhere. Just trying to get a little bit of everything. Trying to just get in-ring experience.
Yeah.
Like for us, me and Geek and I, like NYWC is like our original promotion that we like.
Nice.
We very that was like our first promotion we ever went to before
Our
we
indie
started.
promotion.
Was
Nice.
that Geek?
Our first indie promotion. Well,
Indie
besides
promotion,
besides Ring of Honor
Yeah.
and NYWC, those are the two that opened the door for us.
Ring of
Nice.
Honor was a big show. NYWC for us was like a real legitimate independent wrestling show.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
were in a gym, but like people packed together in a small old gym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. I'm like, wow, this is independent wrestling. Cool.
So what was your first show, Joe?
It was with Geek. I think it was the Psycho Circus. It was my
Okay.
very first indie show was the Psycho Circus, and
What year?
year was Geek? I think 20.
What I think it was it 04 or 5? I think
I think
it might have been.
04, 05.
It was like a surprise.
Okay.
Like Matt Stryker was in the ring, right?
Yes.
He had a surprise opponent, and what happened was like whose music hits? Man in a Box music hits, and it's Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer. Yeah.
And then he shows up and wrestles Matt Stryker in that match.
But
That was
you're not saying
probably
the most hilarious part to Alvin. I marked out so hard.
for
He
Dreamer.
was like, I scared
Yeah.
the living shit out of like, I didn't even
Nice.
know because nobody knew he was coming. Like,
Yeah.
Geek when like I stood
Yeah.
up so fast. If my fists are out, Geek would have been gone. He would have been Mike Tyson style.
That
I
was
was like,
nice.
oh my God, it's Tommy Dreamer. I sounded like Elf when they said Santa Claus.
Yeah, no, Mikey used to get Dreamer for this record. I think it was 2005. Probably
Yeah.
third or fourth annual. Yeah, which is
Yeah.
crazy. We're coming on 20th annual on February 25th. How crazy is that?
Wow.
20th annual Psycho Circus, man. It's going to be crazy.
I'm trying to get there.
pretty good
That's
match.
one of the ones that needs been like
Gotta
game
make
planning.
that one.
And it also, it's kind of cool for me. It's in my old hometown, Central Lights of Long
Yeah,
Island.
CI, yeah.
Grew up in that town.
At the firehouse. Yeah, it's going to be
2000
wild, man.
2001 class of Central
There you
Lights
go.
High School.
There you go. Yeah, no, it's gonna be absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I believe my first show that was the first show I went with Joe, but my first show was, I think the surprise was Mick Foley showing up at that show.
Yeah, Mick Foley was also at Mikey went in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Mick Foley showed up to that show too.
Yeah,
it was cool. It was cool to see.
That was a great show though. Yeah,
and I don't know if you guys remember, but Holy Foley used to be on the network. That was taped at NYWC school.
I've heard that. I've heard that before. So
Dan Barry was a trainer at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, if you go back and watch Holy Foley, I don't know if it's on Peacock now, but if you go back and watch Holy Foley, when they do the training with Noel, that's all the NYWC. That's at the Sportatorium.
Wow. That's amazing. You know?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Fun
That's where I
fact.
got used to remember Foxy and Damien Dragon. That's when I first met them.
Yeah. You know, Foxy's back at it now. She's with
oh my gosh,
she's it's now Cade, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
There's stuff going on there with that rivalry. I don't know.
Damien Dragon going over there. You know,
not gonna say.
I don't think Damien's wrestling anymore.
No, he's not.
But, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe, Alvin. What do you think? Do you think Damien has one last drop of gas in that dragon thing?
I don't know, man. Who knows? If it's weird for some people can retire and it's just out of their system and they won't look back. You know, or some people can just in-ring retire and still be in the business, but know their in-ring career is over. Or they're always just going to like Ric Flair. They're just never going to go away. You know, so it depends. It could be out of him and he's good, or he might just want to stay in the business.
Yeah. Because I remember because somebody said wrestlers never retire. That's what somebody told me.
Yeah,
they always say they're retiring and then they like come back.
Some do. Some do. And I mean, I don't know what you count as retire. I don't know if because a lot of people will just do like maybe podcasts. Like I think like Shane Douglas. I don't think he's involved in anything, but he just does podcasts. So is that really retiring? I don't know. I don't know. Or Hulk Hogan. He's not doing anything in the business now. I don't think he's doing anything, right? So is he retired? Yeah. So I don't know. It depends. There's different tiers, I guess, of retirement.
Yeah, I guess you're right on that one because I know because Ricky Steamboat is somebody who recently came back. Another one that came back. So so he said he retired. You know,
like is Shawn Michaels retired? He used the head of NXT. Is he retired? I don't know.
He's still in the business.
He's the head of NXT. He's running NXT.
Yeah, so
so he's not retired, is he?
Yeah.
His in-ring career is retired.
Yeah.
He's still in the business somehow.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite tag team and wrestlers growing up?
Tag team and wrestlers growing up. My favorite wrestler of all time is Bret Hart. Actually, where's his book? It's actually right behind me. I was reading it just before I went on the air.
Bret Hart.
Still reading the Hitman. I think I'm at WrestleMania 11, somewhere around there. So always reading the Hitman. So he's by far my favorite of all time. Just like his wrestling style, he's so unorthodox, especially with wrestling psychology. But it makes sense, if that does make sense. So Bret Hart's definitely favorite tag team. Wasn't a big tag team guy. Man, but if I have to say my favorite tag team to watch, I got to go with Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
The WCW version or the WWF watered down version?
No, I got with the NWA version.
Okay. Like the NWA, WCW, those like
NWA version. NWA version. I was a big WCW fan back early on. I'm gonna go with LOD, Legion of Doom for me.
Yeah.
They were nasty back in the day. You used to watch
and Dudleys. Let me add the Dudley Boys.
Oh yeah,
Dudleys too, because I did get sucked in really big into ECW like in the late '90s. So yeah, I'll go with Dudley Boys as well.
Definitely. So one of my favorite matches of yours would have to be the match you had with Papa Don. If you want to talk about that one, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've had a couple. I think we've had 2 singles, and we're in a tag. So first one we linked up, I think it was 2016. It was at NYWC, and then the most recent one was this past August.
That one's the one I was talking about.
Most recent one. You know what? Going into that match, it was my first. A lot of things went on with that show. One was my 10-year anniversary show. That's the show I debuted at. So it meant a lot to me. So it was cool. Shane's a promoter for that show, and I was listening, Shane, do you mind if I handpick my opponent for that show? And he said, yeah, it's cool. So my first pick was Alex Reynolds, but he wasn't available. So I was like, all right, so let's do Papa Don. I want to have a really good match with Papa Don. I've always liked Papa Don, especially even before I was a student, when I was a fan for NYWC. I liked a lot of his stuff, and then I loved him and Havoc. Rest in peace. He passed away not too long ago. Him and Havoc used to be a tag team called The Solution, which Joe, probably you remember them.
I remember The Solution.
Yep. So The Solution with John Shea. Yeah. So I loved them since they were The Solution, and that's kind of my first moniker, I guess, in wrestling was The Solution, Alvin Alvarez. And actually, I have one of Papa Don's old singlets I used to wear to the ring too, so it's kind of cool. So I always looked up to Papa Don. So I was like, okay, if I can't get Alex, I'll take Papa Don, and him. And it's funny because that week before we went to Massachusetts together. We were booked for New Age Wrestling.
Yeah.
So him and I took the trip up there. And we rode together, so we kind of went over stuff there, and it's great being in the ring with such a good heel that he is it just makes everything so much better. Like he takes almost like the thinking out of wrestling. So once we got there, it was easy to call. We kind of just called little moments that we wanted to do, because a lot of times a lot of the wrestlers will kind of in the back will kind of go over a lot of stuff that we want to do. But a lot of wrestlers that know each other, we kind of go, okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. Cool, let's go. And we're kind of hit the ring. And that's how it was. And it was just fluid, and everything was just one of my favorite matches because everything felt so smooth. And it was cool because Bear Bronson was there from AEW. He was there checking out the show. And I got a lot of good compliments from him, and just trying to put out good content right now. Just stuff I could give to Tony Khan and whoever's working in creative there, and just stuff I could give out to try to, stuff I give to Impact, stuff I give to MLW, just stuff I could give to these major promotions to try to just get my name out there and just kind of spread.
But that was, like I said, that was my favorite match this year, and you guys just absolutely tore it up. And
thank you, man. Thank you.
My second favorite, sorry to interrupt you, Geek, but like my second favorite tag team, old school NYWC tag team, has to be the Dead Presidents. They have to.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
loved it.
NYWC tag teams.
Their theme song was always sick. Always come on, everybody's like,
yeah. Oh, nice.
Or boo.
Yeah.
9 and 10 of the crowd was already booting. As soon as the theme hit,
you want
that's awesome.
There's an old school one right here. All Money's Legal is another one.
All Money is Legal.
Whatever happened to them?
I wrestled one half of them, not the smaller guy, the taller dude. Guy's name.
Yeah, dude, they were awesome.
Yeah, I wrestled him in like a trios match, like a trios tag match. NYWC. Yeah, so it was cool. My favorite tag team, I think NYWC has to be the Celtic Saints is one of my favorite ones. Mike Mansfield and Kiernan. And then another one, I would say the King and I. It was Alex Reynolds and King Mega. They didn't really last long. They won the titles. They maybe were together maybe 2 years tops. But that was a really cool tag team. Like Alex made the tag team a lot. Like I wish AEW can show more Alex's personality because he really does. Alex Reynolds, I'm talking about, just in case anyone's wondering, from the Dark Order. If he could get creative to get his personality out there, because he made that tag team everything, like his charisma, like the stuff he did with NYWC stuff. Like even if you go back on YouTube and just type in NYWC wrestling, all the old NYWC stuff with him, with Maxwell Belvedere's when he was a High Society, and just watch all Alex's stuff, and it's just like his personality's there. And I wish it could be brought out on the mainstream so a lot of people could see, because a lot of people saw Johnny's personality. And what's funny is Johnny was the shy one, because they were a tag team and Johnny was the shy one. Alex was always the one, Johnny was the shy one, but it's funny how Johnny's personality came out first. The Johnny Hungy thing and stuff like that. So I hope Alex could get out there too, man, show their personality. Nice as well. And I'm happy he had a good match with Danielson. He needed it. That was a perfect spot for him. I wish it was longer. I really do wish it was longer, because they could have by far had a 5-star easy. I hope it comes. I hope we get that soon. I hope they show more Nice, because he can go. As you saw, you got a small clip of him, but watch that match back, man. Nice and Danielson from Dynamite, and you could see, man, Nice comes in with that running knee. I thought he took Danielson's head off, bro.
Oh Jesus!
If you didn't see that match, if anyone watches didn't see that match, please
I'll check it out.
Google machine. Nice versus Danielson Dynamite. Watch Nice hit Danielson with this running knee. Jesus Christ! It looks like he takes it off.
Yeah, man.
Amazing. Do you remember what's his name? Dan Barry. We were talking about a few weeks ago. Dan Barry, my Long Island and / Beery. Dan Barry and was it? Oh gosh,
Scampy.
Yeah, and Scampy.
Ken Scampy. Yeah.
Yes.
Ken Scampy.
You can't forget their manager, their old manager they had. Remember her name?
Scampy. They were was it Team Tremendous?
Yes. Team Tremendous.
And actually they redid Team Tremendous again without Dan Barry?
No, Dan's still wrestling.
Dan's still wrestling, but Ken Scampy came back. I think Ken Scampy came back and did Team Tremendous. No, it was Dan Barry that did it. But Ken Scampy did come back, I want to say like 2013 or 2014, because I remember him in the back with me. But yeah, Team Tremendous it was. And then Dan Barry wanted to run up bringing that name back. I think with Bill Carr, maybe. He did it again.
It's so sad about the manager. What's her name? Tiffany or Tina or?
Was it
Tracy?
Was it Tara Charisma?
Yeah. Tara. I'm so sad about her. She was training. She got hurt, and then something happened, and she had to retire. I was so sad because she was such a good for the business
manager.
She was so sweet. She was so friendly.
Yeah, she was.
Talked to every one of the fans. She took pictures of everybody.
Yeah, she was. I remember being very friendly. Yeah. I have
a picture with her and Foxy, and I was so cool with Foxy at that point, and sort of cool with her, but she was kind of shy. I was so respectful. Normally everybody puts their hands around people like, I'm like this. My hands are like. On their shoulders, but not on their shoulders. And I think Damien was taking the picture, so I look like Peter Griffin when Hewitt. He exactly knows what I'm talking about. When Jennifer Love Hewitt hugs Peter, and he's like, "Lois, look at my hands. Look what my hands are, Lois. Look at my hands." My hands are like over their. I'm sending the picture of the picture. My hands are on their shoulders like this.
We'll have the hand behind the back, like this behind the back.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not like all those guys at those WWE autograph signings that look like they're taking a prom picture.
Remember the one that passed by? Who was it of? Oh man, Was it? Oh, it wasn't Trish Stratus. It was somebody else.
Becky Lynch.
No, she was. What's up for Impact?
Wasn't it Bailey?
Impact Women's Champion. She's Impact Women's Champion was in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, you know
with the
who
belt.
was?
Mickey James. Mickey James.
There's a photo of Mickey James and a fan like that, and so many people blew it up. Like, oh, why would you take a photo? And Mickey James actually went on her Twitter and was like, no, I X for this, like this pose. I X for this pose, and he, you know, and everything is cool. Like so many fans jumped on the fan for like, holding her like that, and no, she was cool with it. You know,
I just
it was cool of her to do that.
I get so like that's why I have to send you the picture of me and Foxy and her. In my head, I was so scared because me and Damien were becoming really good wrestling buddies, and Foxy were like wrestling buddies with me, and I just wanted to put my arms around him and be like, "Yeah, friend." Don't know these people.
Yeah.
You
gotta be careful. You know?
That's somebody's wife. That's somebody's
girlfriend. No, it is. Yeah, exactly.
Respect, respect.
Yeah.
Telling all you wrestling fans out right there.
Of course, always.
Us right here, three of us, we don't condone anything what these fans are doing to wrestlers, taking pictures and having their hands and doing inappropriate things. Be appropriate with men and women at indie shows at their table.
Remember, we're all people at the end of the day too. We all have normal jobs outside of wrestling. We all drive normal cars on the same highways we all do. No one's special except if you're The Rock. But if you're not the Rock, we're still on the highways, you know. So respect always goes a long way. So
Yep. I see that stuff and I cringe. I'm like, that right there is going to ruin our reputation if we wanted to just say hi to a wrestler and they're scared thinking we're going to do something weird. And we're like, no.
Just polite. Just be polite. Hey, how are you? Would you mind signing? Absolutely. You know, most of us aren't gonna shy away unless we're MJF. Unless we're just a natural heel like that in person in real life, which he is. Most of us Evil Kip autograph, you know. Or Evil Kip. Evil Kip, yes. Evil Kip will not
be on the podcast on Thursday, fans. Evil Kip will be on the podcast.
Evil Kip will not sign anything. So, but a lot of us will sign stuff. But like
he won't even give you a handshake after the show is over.
Alvin, this guy will not wrong way. This guy will not let that down. He always talks about that, Alvin, how the day that Kip denies a handshake from Metal Geek, he holds the grudge forever.
Oh, yeah.
He's the man.
You better watch your back. Geek's coming for you.
He may.
He's gonna tackle him and then go shake my hand.
Kip is also he's one of the guys that trained me as well. He used to train me. I did tie-ups with him my very first day. I learned a lot of my chain wrestling from Kip.
See, another throwback from NYWC good old days. Do you remember the stable, that nerd stable that was there?
Was it with Kip?
I think it was Kip.
It was Kip. Well, it was Kip, and it was the other guy. What's the name? Heavyset guy. And then Kip's on-screen girlfriend.
Do you remember that stable they had, that rivalry they had between the regular people and Kip, the nerds? And
they rivaled with Dickie Rods.
Yeah,
it led to the Psycho Circus.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I remember it was so weird because that match, there was like a girl that liked the other guy that wasn't a nerd, and that's why I remember.
Yeah, that was the wife. Yeah, and remember Kip had a wedding.
Yeah,
Kip had a whole wedding. And then it led to the circus, and then she cheated on him or whatever, and that's what led to with Dickie Rods. And then Dickie Rods powerbombed her to a table.
Yeah. See, this is showing our age. NYWC.
Yeah.
We may be two rando guys on the internet, but we've been your fans for like 20-something years. Some kudos.
Definitely. It's you guys that makes us get up and want to get out there and work with us. Seriously. So we can't thank you guys enough for coming and supporting us. Yeah.
We went last July, the same day as the VPW show that we didn't know anything about.
We went both shows.
We went to both shows that day. Geek and I combined drank 20 bottles of water at the NYWC show.
Yeah. That's when it gets hot.
It was like 100 degrees that day. We were like,
that's why we try to do shows outside of the sportatorium during the summer because it does get hot in there. I know. I did a lot of summer shows in there.
You guys
get hot outside.
It's brutal. It's brutal. Even us. Like I'll be in the ring, get out of the ring, walk through the back, and walk directly outside. That's how hot it is in there.
Yeah.
Like I walk past everybody in the locker room, and just go right outside to cool off because it's so hot there. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah. So Alvin, you're also a DJ. What's type of some of the stuff you like to mix?
Yeah, all right. So I do all types of music. So I kind of got into DJing kind of right before the pandemic. My stepson, we were going to a music store for my stepson for an amp for his guitar. So we went to Guitar Center. So I went to all the DJ equipment. I'm starting messing with DJ equipment and stuff like that. So I decided to buy some equipment and teach myself how to do it. So yeah, it took me about six months to really get good at it. But yeah, I started doing little gigs. But yeah, I spin all types of music, from hip hop to even to Kiss. I'm a big Kiss fan. So I'll do classic rock, Metallica, Motorhead, a lot of 70s rock, even 80s Madonna I'll do, late 80s freestyle, K7, TKA, stuff like that. So I spin really anything. I listen to all types of music.
Yeah. So that's amazing though. I mean, what's your favorite Metallica song you'd say?
Oh man, good one. I would say Human.
Human.
But you know what? It's the orchestra version of Human. We used to use it in the backyard as my stable's theme music, and then Nice used it briefly in NYWC right before he got signed.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yep.
My favorite's One. I absolutely love One. My favorite Metallica song right there.
That song comes on, I lose my mind. I just wait for that. Is it me, Alvin, or is it you two or Geek? All three of us. That one part of One that you hit that. You're waiting for the James Hetfield lyrics to come in, and I sometimes jump the gun. I'm like, darkness and
yes.
Didn't know. Come on, 5 more bars. Come on, darkness imprisoning me.
Yeah, you know what's funny is we had that album just on rotate in the locker room for Longwood for before we got for games when I was playing football. When One would just play, and I remember exactly that part, man. We would just be on the field stretching, and I would just be playing over
that guitar riff. Oh my god, that
amazing. This brings like the best line memories.
I would love to see how Alvin would like to scratch that.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
How would you scratch that song? I would be so mad. I'm like,
yeah, I don't know if I'd ruin it. I think I'd leave it alone.
The lead up when he starts to does so line, I'll be like, darkness, chicken, darkness, is prisoning.
The masterpiece.
Me. No, I'll be that guy in the dancing. No, the whole line's ruined. I'll be the Karen dancing.
I couldn't touch it.
You ruined that whole song. I'll be like, Kip ruined it forever. Come up to you like, dare you? I'm like 5'1". You could just throw me like a lawn dart.
$20 for a handshake. There you go. Start charging people $20 for a handshake.
Yeah.
Oh god! Only for Metal Geek because he asks so damn much.
He's like, it's like, no, man, $20.
He's right, Geek. Where have your hands been?
Like, yeah, right.
Geez, you ask so many shake my hands, but you picking your nose, like touching your hair, right? Like.
So you guys been checking out any recent NYWC shows?
I've been busy to go, but I'm really want to go to see this week the Tour de Circus though on the 21st. So I really want to go.
Yeah, definitely. Sideshow's the 21st. Yeah. Definitely, man. That's a good show because you want to kind of get filled in on the storylines going into the circus, so you know what's going on, so you're not lost for the circus. I mean, circus will be a great show by itself. It always is every year, but definitely if you could get to Sideshow, get the Sideshow because everything. We started kind of piecing everything together at Tour de Circus. Actually, Draw the Line. We really started. I Draw the Line. And then, because obviously the name of the show, Draw the Line. So we kind of set stuff up like H2, a little bit H2O, a little bit NYWC, who's on what team. We kind of set up the thing with Mouse and Shane. So it's definitely, you want to kind of know what's going on leading up to the circus. And then, of course, me versus Sal Savelli. I can't miss that. It's going to be a classic.
Is there going to be any women in the match too, or is it all guys?
In the circus match, I don't know. I don't know who's exactly in the circus yet. I know it's Team
Yeah,
H2O
they didn't announce it.
for NYWC, but they didn't announce it yet. I kind of could have my ideas.
Yeah.
You know, I'm assuming
Because
Mouse will be in. You know,
it's sad because there's like not really many women in NYWC's corner anymore, right?
there hasn't been. You know, I know we got Izzy, who I think just lost the women's title. Yeah, it hasn't really been. We haven't had a. NYWC, we haven't really never had a huge women's division. We always had Willow, like she was always a staple there.
Yeah, that's their steady.
Yeah.
You know, so we always had her, and there was Brittany would pop in here and there, and Chris Statlander pop in. You know, we always had women kind of pop in and out. You know, besides Willow, but Willow was always the main staple. She was only the real woman there. You know, Pickles was there for a little bit
too.
Pickles was in and out. I don't know if you guys remember Pickles, Sam Pickles.
Sounds familiar.
She was there for a little bit. She was short, about 5'1", dressed in all green.
My height.
Yeah, a 5'1", dressed in all green.
Oh God, Geek, we need her ever on the podcast.
Yeah, from like I want to say 2013, 2016, 2017, somewhere around there.
Pickles.
I mean,
Geek, remember?
you have Dolly now. You have Dolly now, so
yeah,
she's been wrestling. She's been wrestling a lot on.
Trying to get her. Yeah, trying to get her what she needs.
We're trying to get her too. She's one of the ones for NYWC because it's as I spoke to a former women's wrestler and I told it it's hard these days. Not many women's wrestlers on Long Island. And you know what she said?
Yeah,
such a shame.
Yeah.
Such a shame. And I was like, I know, it's so weird to like
it's tough, man. It's tough to get
Long Island's such a big place. And you think that both men and women's wrestlers.
Yeah.
It's like
because thing is all the companies stacked up all these women. You know, everyone's getting taken. Like you know, everyone's just all the companies are just grabbing all the women. Especially from the Northeast, I feel like. I mean, Northeast is so hot for women's wrestling right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, you had Karen Q You had Karen Q who was wrestling for BPW, and which is now Wendy Chu on NXT now.
Yeah, we had a lot of women that came through. Marty Bell, who's NWA.
Yeah,
she used to be with us. Yeah, we had a lot of women come through. Used to be with Chris, obviously Statlander, AEW.
Yeah.
I gotta. We usually ask like the guests like, would you be down if they asked you to wrestle a female wrestler? And who would she be if you had a chance to do it?
I would wrestle. I don't know. Oh man. Well, I've wrestled women before, so I've been in the ring with Willow, been in the ring with Pickles. Today, oh man, on TV, contracted, indies.
Forbidden
Anybody?
Door. Forbidden Door for you.
I want to go with Jamie Hayter. I'm trying to think of everybody here, even NXT girls and stuff like that. I want to say Sasha. Mercedes won.
Sasha.
Maybe Mercedes won. I'm gonna go with Jamie Hayter. Tony Storm. Tony Storm is a 1A.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you fight Karen Bam Bam.
Bam Bam would be awesome.
Yeah. She's okay.
Oh,
Everyone's okay. Not Karen Bam Bam a lot. Karen's a great person.
Yeah. Or Anastasia.
Yeah. But the thing
Anastasia.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Or Mother Endless. Have you heard of her yet?
Never heard of her. No.
Oh man, you gotta look her up. Well, we'll send you her Instagram after. Here we go. I always say this, and Geek gives me the laughs. It's if they took a petri dish and they mixed the Undertaker and Kane's DNA, Mother Endless would come out of the machine.
Okay.
Yeah. She has.
Maybe I have seen. Now it sounds familiar. Now that you just described.
She wears like a black mask with like red around the sides.
I think I have.
Comes out with a kendo stick. She'd be perfect for the Psycho Circus. She comes out to the ring with a kendo stick.
Yeah, there you go.
I think people would be scared of her, to be honest.
Yeah.
If she came out of the back for the circus, they'd be like, "All right, everybody." Everybody would be like, "Yeah." The hardcore people would be like, "Let's go." NYWC people.
I'm eliminated. That's it.
Geek would fall off the apron and fall through the table.
I'm gone. That's it.
I'll be trying to stop Geek. No, we're not falling through the table. We're the only two of them left. No, Joe, I gotta go. No, you don't. Not on my watch. Not the fuck you don't. No, the fuck you don't. I'm not getting left in the ring with Mother Endless. You're an idiot. No, Joe, let me go. I want to get eliminated. See, friendship.
Yeah. I always said a fun match with you would be Joey Conway.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually working on setting something up with Joey, so that might happen this year. So look out.
Yeah.
He's good on the mic. Oh my god,
he reminds me of me on the mic as a heel.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he's good. He's really. I've known Joey since he started. You know what I'm saying? So I've been winning the ring with Joey since he started, and he's really come a long way these last 4 years.
Oh.
These last 4 years, he's put a lot of time, and you could tell he's put a lot of time into his work ethic, into the technical wrestling, into his promos, and you could just see the change in him and how good he's really gotten. That's why he has the Fusion title for so long.
Yeah, you know? he's so freaking good right now. Like the last 2 years, he's been killing it right now in NYWC, man.
Yeah, it's a really a toss up between him and Mistretta, like who's the top heel.
Yeah,
like, I hate Mistretta though. Like people hate Mistretta, so yeah, man, people hate Mistretta. Yo, he had a great match with Apollyon though. Yeah, I don't know if you guys got a chance to see that one. That was good.
I know another point would be good for you. Be pancakes.
You know what? We're supposed to set something up, maybe for Full Faith Wrestling.
Okay.
Keep an eye out for that promotion.
Yeah,
that might be something coming up.
We're trying to work with Pancake also because we had snags in our schedule last year and kept but we never got a chance to get back with him. We want to have him on. He's really cool and he's funny as hell.
No, he's good. Yeah, Pancake's good.
Yeah.
Cool. Just lost a ton of weight too. Looks good.
Yeah. When we saw him, he was a big dude. He was a big guy.
Yeah, he lost some weight. I think he's now like 50, 60 pounds.
Yeah.
What? Really? Wow.
Yeah, he looks great. He looks really good. Yeah.
He turned heel. I don't know if you saw that. He was wearing the all black for a while.
No, when he was with what's his name? With crap.
Joey.
Not Joey.
Sure.
It wasn't Joey. No, it was what's his name? Sin. What's the guy?
Oh yeah, Sin. I thought it was Joey. For some reason I thought it was Joey.
No, Kazin. When he's with Kazin, he's heel. You know, when Pancake
he's wearing all black.
He has the black hat and he's like this with the mouth and everything. So
imagine being that guy when you're at those stores that you buy all those top hats and everything, and they're like, "Oh, you're back to buy more? Buying all black? What restaurant are you working for this time? It's for my wrestling outfit. What? Like, Go on.
We recently had Kate on the podcast, and he said a lot of good stuff about you. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Listen. All seriousness, I okayed my career. I gotta say it. That because early on, he was the guy that was like, "Hey, I got a Ace booking in Jersey. Want to come with me? Yeah, I'll go with you." That's how I got Ace.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I got a Right Coast booking in Delaware. Want to come? That's how I got Right Coast. You know, so he was the guy that was like, "Hey, let's get you more experience." And I rolled with him, and man, I've taken. So I've been literally like, if I had a best friend in wrestling, it's Kate. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like we've been so many road trips together. I think a total we've been in the ring for like 30 times in matches. Singles, tag, 6-man, whatever. It's been about 30 times. We've had 10 singles matches. In different companies, and none of them NYWC. How funny is that?
Oh wow!
All for all different companies across the world, not across the world, but across the Northeast. You know,
it's crazy, including VPW.
Yeah, we had I think 2 at VPW. The Doors match.
What did 2?
We had the Doors match, and then we had when I retired him that match.
Yeah, he retired him. Yeah, and then he couldn't come back, and then apparently because
he's back all of a sudden.
Yeah, it was something to do with the fireball. That was before. No, the fireball was before, right? I think he threw the fireball off,
that's what got him, I think, in trouble. And then he's like, "All right, if you beat Alvin, you're good. If Alvin beat you, that's it, you're done." And then I pinned him, and he was gone.
Yeah,
for a couple months.
And he came back.
So yeah. That was back, right?
I see your shirt out, and that reminds me of Bayshore Mall's game. The game.
Remember? Yeah. This was from Smith Haven Mall.
Yes, I was about to say, dude, throwback. I know those letters.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yes. You know what? I got it. They have a new arcade store there now because obviously Timeout's not there anymore. So they have a new little shop where it's all arcades. It's from all arcades. It's got Super NES back there, regular Nintendo back there. All that stuff is there. $20. It's unlimited. No coins, nothing. Yeah.
Eek.
Yes, no coins, nothing. Smith Haven Mall.
Geek will be sitting in the corner watching me because
you're gonna see me there. If anyone's watching, you're gonna see me there. So if you want to kind of hang out with Alvin, I'll be there.
Geek. There we go. Another geek.
Wait. When is this? Because I see that arcade thing, but the thing is, it usually costs money.
Well, this one I think it's $20, and they're all free. So you pay to get in. So you can't get in before you pay. So you pay the guy $20, and then you get in, and then all the arcades are free.
Oh yeah, Spiffy loves that place.
For the day.
Spiffy loves that place, by the way.
Alvin, so what kind of food what kind is your go-to food?
Pizza.
Oh man,
definitely. I guess we all have to hang out and have pizza.
If I wanted, right? No, I try to stay clean, because I gotta be in a singlet, 3 times a day.
Yeah, I got you.
I gotta try to eat clean, so I'm trying to cut a lot of carbs. For the holidays, I kind of picked out, so now I'm trying to, for breakfast, I try to stick with eggs, basic egg diet, eggs. Like to add a little protein in it too, so I have sausage or ground beef or whatever. Lunch, try to keep it also carbless, so I'll do ground turkey, ground chicken, ground beef, stuff like that, shrimp. Mm-hmm. And if at dinner, kind of the same. Dinner, I might add a little carb, might add a bun or little mashed potatoes or a potato or something like that. And for dessert, I'll have maybe like a snack pack or a lollipop or whatever, or stuff like that. But I try to keep it clean for the most part, and I try to hit the gym in the morning. Try to still do my cardio because I'm getting old, so try to do my cardio in the afternoon. Keeping up with guys like Sal and stuff, and Jade and those guys, man. I gotta get my cardio in,
Man,
Sal's coming on the podcast soon too.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you can't try to get Sal Savelli.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I think he's coming up
next month.
Jaden Vallow, Joey Conway.
We want to get Joey back. It's kind of hard.
Yeah,
Joey's busy. Joey's a busy guy, though. He's a busy guy.
He is busy. We're trying to get Joel from the SATs. All the SATs on.
We love the those are home. Geek laughs at me because I come Jose and the boys.
Nice. We should chat up about what's going on with AEW right now, And
makes me geek freaking so mad. I go online going I posted we had the real SATs on my podcast guest.
The real SATs.
What happened there? What happened? Yeah, that's wild.
Man, you just can't just go and sign them, man. What the heck?
And if you listen to Cornette's podcast, which is a great podcast, by the way.
Yeah, I heard that.
So yeah, Cornette's, I think it's the drive-through and it's the Cornette experience. So Cornette on the podcast even said, he was going through and he's like, I hope it's an angle, but it wasn't. It was they just copied the whole thing, and it's like, whoa.
What
I could see it with an angle. I could see okay, bring these guys and then eventually bring the SAT in for an angle. Get these guys over his heels, SAP, get them over his heels. Yeah. And all of a sudden, bam, Lincoln Park plays and it comes to SAP, That'd be kind of cool. But yeah.
I'm thinking that they're gonna do something with the Long Island show because they're coming to Long Island soon.
Yeah,
so
I think it's March.
Yes.
April 3rd, April 4th.
Yeah. So I'm thinking they gotta show up. The SATs have to show up in Long Island, man. They have to show up.
They're gonna bum rush the ring.
But they want more than not. They want more. The SATs want a lot. They don't want just like a handshake and a thank you or whatever. They want more. They want to be recognized. They want this team done. They want to be recognized as the SAT. They spent 20 years building that brand.
Yeah, and they're amazing.
Those guys are phenomenal. Those SAP guys, SAPs, Tony. Look at the eyes. Cut your shit, gringos. SATs are the real deal. SAP means button you push on your freaking remote to change it to Spanish to English. That's what I say to you, Tony Tom. Lay off the sugar.
I call them the bootleg SATs. The dollar store, whatever it is, right?
Yeah, dollar store. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? Who knows?
That makes me so mad because those men are absolute legends in the indies, and that's them to do that. That's like them going, "Oh, you are," like that.
Yeah, hopefully it's an angle. I'm sure Tony's got a nice idea. He'll take care of him. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Our mod has a question, Games. Our mod has a question.
She wants to know if you have any pets.
I do. I'm actually looking at him right now. See if he'll come over here. It's a cat. I have an orange cat. His name is Hendrix.
Hendrix.
He's looking at me weird.
Like,
He's
nah,
curled up on the couch.
man. You just
I
got
do.
the paw.
I do. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can get him for him. See him on the couch there?
Oh yeah, I see him.
There he is.
Cat flipping sideways like, Dad, no.
Yeah. But
The
that's
cat
not
just
what
been
Just
itching at
Hendrix.
his name is Hendrix. He's named after
Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Reason why, funny story for that. I was actually in my backyard doing some yard work, and the stuff I had some stuff over. I had like a little tent over some stuff. So I moved the tent out of the way, and I see this little baby kitten.
Yeah.
So I call and grab my girlfriend Carolyn. She runs out, grabs the kitten. She look for some other kittens. We didn't find any other kittens, but wanted to be a little kitten. So we're like, all right, what do we do with it? So like, oh, let's feed it. So we wound up feeding it, and there it is, sitting on the couch.
So big and it has a home.
Yeah. So as we're going to get like pet food for him, we'll listen to Jimi Hendrix song. Over the Idle Tower, over the Watchtower.
Oh yeah.
And there's a verse which says the Wildcat roar, the Wildcat roars. So we're like, oh, we'll call him the Wildcat since we found them outside the backyard. So cool, call him the Wildcat. But it's like, how about Hendrix? And I looked at her, she looked at me, like, yep, that's his name.
Yeah.
So he's the Wildcat Hendrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is
So
he?
he is 3. He's about 3.5.
Oh wow.
So he's an indoor-outdoor. So he kind of comes and goes. He actually is trained to use the bathroom outside.
Okay.
So in the morning, he'll meow. We open the door. He goes to his bathroom, comes back in 10 minutes. We feed him. Then he kind of goes as his day, and then feed him in the afternoon. He goes out, does business, comes back, lays on the couch, goes to bed.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Garfield styles go back to sleep.
Yeah, that's it.
Eats lasagna.
Yeah.
Lasagna.
Yeah.
Has he requested the lasagna yet?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
He has a scratch list on the wall that says "Make lasagna,
Yeah,
sir."
yeah.
Dad.
Big
Big letters.
rent
Dad.
free. That's good enough for him.
Gets all the birds in the window all mad at him.
Yeah.
I haven't get X I can talk, so I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, he pretty much is a little puppy.
Yeah.
Let him out and do his thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Anything else, Keith?
So do you have any social medias or
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on Facebook under Alvin Alvarez. Spelled same, Alvarez. Then I'm on Twitter and Instagram, both the same handle, at AJ4, so spelled like FOR, letter U, number 2, letter C. That's at both Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah. We talked about Remarkable, that you're going to be on Remarkable. Do you have any other upcoming shows?
Yes, Remarkable is this Saturday. So I'm in the 6-way scramble. That's at the NYWC Sportatorium, 413. Was it 415-13? Brook Avenue, NYWC Sportatorium. That's in Deer Park. That I think I'm in a 6-way scramble. So I'm in that match. And then the week after is NYWC. So that one is Sideshow. That's at the Sportatorium as well. 435-13 Brook Avenue, Deer Park. And that's me and Sal Savelli one-on-one.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's going to be good. I'm looking forward to that one. Looking forward to that.
So,
I always say he's the future.
Sal's really tough, man. He's a tough guy.
He is.
Sal and Jaden, both those guys,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. You know what? They remind me of Neese and Alex Reynolds from years ago.
Oh, wow.
You know, Neese and Alex Reynolds, Mondo and Dickie Rods from the years before that.
Yeah.
There's always two, Myers and Matthews, there's always two that wrestle each other. They're great. And here we are, Jaden and Sal. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the current two great men, right?
Yeah.
I like the future of NYWC. That's like the future right there.
Yeah, he's definitely the future. I see myself as kind of the present, and he's the future. So
yeah.
And also when you get endorsed by the SATs, right?
Yeah, right. Oh yeah.
You know.
And Mondo.
Mondo, yeah.
And
Mondo's
Mondo
endorsed.
Endorsed him.
Yeah.
So SATs and Mondo. Yeah.
One of the things I wish one day be able to go into the new NYWC building and look at all the old pictures.
Yeah.
And maybe see if we can do a show there in the NYWC arena training facility and see if we can interview the owner there in the building.
Shane, yeah, absolutely, sure you can.
Yeah.
Sure you can. Come down to the show. I'm sure you'll be there.
Definitely. When I come back to Long Island, I'll see if there's a show, NYWC show. We can go to one of those shows.
If you guys can get Shane on, Shane has a lot of history. NYWC has a lot of history.
Been dying to talk to Shane on the podcast because I know he would have like tons of stories from NYWC.
Man. Tons of stuff, man. Yeah,
me and Geek will be rambling on about all our memories from NYWC.
Yeah.
A lot of guys came through those doors. Through those doors.
Him and Paul Laurier too. Paul Laurier's another one, man.
Paul's a good friend. Good friend.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Great guy.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
My memories when I first came, one of my second shows, Mikey Whipwreck comes up behind me. I feel like I wanted to do the Wayne's World. I'm not worthy, and I was wearing my wagon shirt, and I told Mikey, I was like, Mikey, I had a T-shirt under my shirt because I knew I was going to do this. I took the shirt off, and I was like, Mikey, here, and he was like this.
That's awesome.
What are you doing? And Mike Whipwreck style, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm giving you my shirt, and he was like, you have a T-shirt under your shirt. I was like, you just give me an NYWC shirt. And he was like, nah, kid, I have enough Dragon shirts. See you later. You being like the Mike Whipwreck funny? He's like, he had that face. He had the Mike Whipwreck, like that half smirk. That. What's this, kid?
Classic Mikey.
What are you doing, kid? What are you doing? And I'm like, giving it to you. Love dragons. He goes, I'm good, kid.
Classic Mikey. Classic Mikey.
I was like, it was like a funny interaction. I wasn't mad. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, no, Mikey's awesome. Mikey's awesome. I was in the ring once with Mikey. It was pretty cool. An 8-man tag match. It was nice.
Yeah.
You love me, Mikey.
So anyway, Alvin. Thanks so much for coming on the podcast, man.
Guys.
We've been having fun so much. BS.
That's awesome. Man. Yeah, thanks, guys. No, thank you guys for having me, and hope to see you guys and the fans at Remarkable this Saturday, and then Sideshow NYWC on the 21st.
He has a new sticker to give out, so he'll bring you the new sticker.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, cool. I have so many new stickers. I had the Christmas one. I wasn't at the last VPW show, so I didn't get to see you. So I'll probably see you at Remarkable.
Remarkable side. I'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah. So all right.
Nice. Sounds good.
All right.
Gonna send it out, Geek?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm Joe Panther the Third.
I'm the Metal Geek.
I'm Absolute Alvin.
And we will catch you in the next one.